here.
Good morning and welcome. It's another fresh episode of Wake Up Nigeria.
That's right. It's time to get out of bed and be motivated to get on with your day. My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And I'm Yomi Hope. It's our Thursday show, and we get a little artistic today, and we're going to be telling you about that later on.
We're streaming live right now, and I'm excited about that. Check out tvcontinental.tv and get to Facebook. Look us up on TVC Connect. For comments, use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
All right, and for breakfast this morning, the lovely chef Tina Akpan is back with us in the kitchen with
Yeah.
me. Hey, people.
When you see that hat, you know something is going down.
Great to have you
Something
here.
special is going to happen.
Oh my gosh, you're going to have something that will blow your mind and your taste buds as well.
All right.
Mary's looking bright and beautiful as well.
Thank you, I feel so colorful.
So straight to this morning's highlights. Art lovers are bound to have fun watching the show today. We have a live painting coming up, the first thing from Olatoye David.
Can't wait to see that. And then we'll be having a vocal training session with vocal coach Benga Willie. That's for people who love to sing, singers who would like to improve on their voices. That's for you. Stay close and wait for that one.
And of course, Super Mike will be bringing us the scoop from the world of our celebrities later on the show.
And then we'll be having a book chat with Ifoma Ndiolo Ehanolo. It's going to be a really, really great book chat today. We're going to be focusing on her book. Can't wait to see her.
All right, guys. So, quick update. OAU has finally queried the professor.
Have they?
Although the professor has now gone into hiding because of the...
Like gone into hiding?
Yeah.
Like, so he's not
they
speaking
can't
to the
find
press?
him, but yeah, but he's been queried. So,
Oh, wow.
You know the usual query, answer within 48 hours, why disciplinary action should not be taken, you know, so all that. So.
Okay, so I didn't get to talk about this yesterday, and my opinion is this. Actually, first of all, I'm saddened by what I'm seeing online. So many people are criticizing the girl. Some actually tell that she's probably been doing it for a long time. Maybe this one didn't click and all. But I do not believe that you would say that if she was your sister
or your daughter.
And it's disgraceful that so many people think that way.
Yeah.
I know we're all entitled to our opinion, but for goodness sake, this is the reason many rape victims don't come out publicly to say anything, because they get shamed.
Yeah.
Someone is coming out to tell you that I went through this from my lecturer. And you know the sad part? Several other students on the thread have actually been talking about, what they went through with... Somebody even went as far as saying, this man, when he was my lecturer 20 years ago, did the same thing.
The same guy.
The same professor. And you people are trying to defend him. Now, the law says you are innocent until proven guilty. I believe that all this drama that the man making excuses for him, all of it should stop. It's not right. It's not right at all.
The truth is, I feel it's on the level of, it's criminal. To me, it's criminal. I feel he should be arrested. That's just me. But the truth is, some people have gone through it and they're like, okay, I went through it now, didn't I survive? Yeah. Those kind of attitudes. And honestly, not everybody is the same. Not everybody can handle that. It's damaged so many people's relationships later on in life, such experiences. Marriages even crumble because of experiences young women have had with men such as this. So please, let's not make any more excuses about this.
Just imagine what his wife is going through right now, and his children. The choices we make, we forget that it's not about us alone. It's about the people around us.
But I think good news has to be that he's been queried. I think that's a very big step forward, because it takes,
for the university.
Yes, for the university to do that, because normally you'd expect them to stand by. He's a professor and a pastor at the same time.
Oh wow!
From reports that we have, so having to do that, let the university settle it first. It's not something that has to go out yet to a court of law or something. If she decides to, that's a different case. Yeah. But the university has a disciplinary system. The Senate and all of that can and should handle this, and let's hope that we sanitize our educational
I'll be at
yesterday,
my office at 4:30.
Actually, yesterday, Unilag issued a statement. I saw it, on WhatsApp as a forward. So I can't confirm yet if that's an actual statement from Unilag, but they issued a statement saying that we support our students, and that if any student is going through any such issues, report. So there's now a committee, a place where you can actually go and report sexual harassment in the University of Lagos. And I think other universities should also take...
That's important.
The fear is victimization, really.
No, now they're saying, look, no fear of victimization. It's going to be anonymous. Go there and report.
Go there and report.
So it's now set up specifically for that purpose.
Finally, I hope that the lecturers, when they are offered, also they have somewhere to report to.
So
okay, that's
that is a very
no, seriously, because as much as it's both ways, there are two sides to the coin.
I'm trying
yes,
not to
we know
use
that
big
many times
English
this
here.
happen, but then we
The
know
big
of,
English in my mouth
we know
is
of
plenty.
cases. I was still in school where we know of cases whereby people go get money together, say, sir, what do you want? What do you want? Now let's make this happen now. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
The truth is,
and the guy's like, people should get out of my office. Yes, sir.
Mike, are you sure you didn't do this?
What's wrong with you now?
Because it's like
No, that's what you do, not we do.
Like, wait, but you don't know about stuff like this. People go and they casually talk to you like.
You see
You're
my
not
department
supposed
in
to
university.
take it. You're not
It was
supposed to
possible,
take
even if I thought you dreamt of it.
Any kind of bribe.
bribes.
Less
You're
than
not supposed to
20.
take gifts, tips, bribes from students. That's standard.
That's not
So
bribery.
if you've been collecting
called
it at your own peril.
Sorting.
It's the headlines in the papers, and Yomi and Titi have you on that one.
Thanks so much, Mike. This morning, we are starting with the Daily Sun and the headline, Nigeria's population now 198 million, says the NPC. Country 7th largest globally. Figure faulty since there are no records, says lawyer. Give us Kanu's corpse if he's dead, family demands. Fire wreaks havoc in Lagos. Goods worth millions destroyed in warehouse. 2019, why I declared early, says Buhari. Wike Fayose Ekweremadu marked for frame up, says PDP. And sex for marks, OAU sets up committee to probe professor. All on the cover of the Daily Sun.
And on the cover of this day newspaper, it says, according to Buhari, it says, I declared my re-election bid before traveling because speculation was rife. He says negotiations are ongoing for Leah Sharibu's release. It also says here, PDP alleges federal government onslaught against opposition leaders, presidential hopefuls. Excuse me. No electronic voting in 2019, says INEC. Would love to read a bit more about that. Crude oil hits $72, highest in 3 years over Middle East tensions. NPC puts Nigerian population at 198 million, 7th largest in the world, as you said on the other paper. That's what we have on the cover of this day.
The Punch leads with the headline, Herdsmen attacks, fresh killings in Benue as Buhari promises solutions. And then the sad bit of news here, 257 die in Algerian military plane crash. And I heard the plane was also carrying family members of the deceased. President extends V-aids to June 30. Federal government okays 56.7 billion naira for Lagos Abeokuta road contract. Others, that's good news. Nigeria's population now 198 million, says NPC chairman. INEC, others urge private sector to fund elections. 5 police cooperative officers arrested for fraud. Marketers cheat using your name, DPR tells NNPC. And offer robbery. CCTV footage emerges, shows gunmen attacking bank. All on the cover of The Punch.
The Vanguard newspaper says, on herdsmen farmers clashes, blame Gaddafi, irresponsible politicians, says Buhari. He says he was compelled to declare due to pressures. Efforts on to release Christian Dapchi girl Leah Sharibu. It also says fresh attacks on Benue communities claim 15 lives. Also, Algeria mourns 257 die in plane crash. Buhari extends V-aids deadline to June 30th. On minimum wage, tripartite committee begins nationwide public hearing April 23rd. And the JAMB registrar says, I'll quit if people in power try to influence me. Naira appreciates to 359 naira, 59.81 naira to the dollar in INE window. And the same story from the other paper, it says here, Nigeria's population now 198 million, 7th largest in the world. That's what's on the cover of Vanguard.
All right, the Nigerian Tribune has the headline, Gunmen trained by Gaddafi behind herdsmen farmers clashes, if you believe that. 15 killed in Benue, Nasarawa. Labour demands 66,500 naira as minimum wage. Ekiti government withdraws murder charge against APC chairman. Nigeria's population now 198 million. AAUA students hurl stones at government security officials in Akure. Tax, Buhari extends V-Aids deadline to June 30th. And finally, Danish husband remanded in prison over death of wife, daughter. All on the cover of the Nigerian Tribune.
It does seem like the population information is on almost all the papers today.
Yes, and of course, we still need to do the census because it's been almost 20 years since the last one.
Wow, 20 years. Okay, well, that's it on the newspaper headlines for this morning.
And of course, the newspaper headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure.
We'll be heading over to the garden now. Today's fitness routine is with Ben Fit. Hi, Mike.
Hello, Titi. Good morning. And good morning to those who are just joining in. I've got Ben Fit in the house. The guy's becoming more of a teacher than an instructor now.
Exercise teacher.
Exercise teacher. Total body workout. He didn't complete this on.
Yeah. Wake up. Yeah. Nigeria. Yes.
Okay, now take it away.
Okay. All right. You know how we do it. We have to warm up before any form of exercise, which is very, very, very important. So you know what our warm up is? Take it on the spot. Low knees. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kindly give us 10 more. Come on. 1. Come on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Static. Take it up. That's 1 and 2. Hop again. 1 and 2. Our very first program this morning. You know what it is? We have warm up and we're doing skaters. Are you guys ready? Yeah. 5, 6, 7, let's go. 1, come on. 2, push it up.
4,
come on.
3,
come on.
2,
keep going.
1.
Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Keep going. Awesome. That's it. Keep going. Skaters, keep moving. Yes, guys. Come on. Are you feeling it?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. Go. That's it. Good.
3,
and
2,
rest it.
1.
Good job.
Rest.
Yeah.
Cycle
the
1
next
complete.
one, we're going to high knees now. Are you all ready for high knees? You know what high knees is? You can do the basics at the same time you can do the advanced.
And
go.
work.
Come on. Go. Whew. Make it faster. You can do it at your own pace. Come on. 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 Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't forget, you can always go this way. Yeah. That's it. You can always go. Keep going. Yeah.
3,
Keep going
2,
and
1.
rest. Our next program,
Cycle
you know what
2
it is?
complete.
Reverse lunges. And this is what reverse lunges is. Yeah. You switch. Are you guys ready?
Prepare
Okay.
and
move it. Go. Lunge. Come on. That's it. Good job. You can decide to put your hand this way. This out. Good job. Beside you. Whichever way, you can always do it. Trust me, you're doing the best thing for yourself right now. Keep going, keep
3,
going. Don't just watch.
2,
Join us
1.
as we do it.
Rest.
All right, we all
Cycle
go
3
down.
complete.
You know, the next program, we plank first and we do some work with it. Are you guys ready?
Prepare
Okay.
and
5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3. Take it back. 1, 2, 3. Take it back. 1, 2, 3. Take it back. 1, 2, 3. Keep rolling. 1, 2, 3,
1.
and relax it.
Rest.
All right, rest
Cycle
it.
4
The next
complete.
program, we plank and we jump in. Let me give you the demonstration. Plank first,
Prepare
jump in.
and work.
Let's go, guys. Come on. Plank, jump in. Come on. Woo. Plank. Woo. Plank. Come on. Woo. Plank. Pin. Come on. Come on. Woo. Plank. Come on. Woo. Let's go. Let's go. We're doing good.
2,
And rest.
1.
Back to your
Rest.
position.
Cycle
And the
5
last program,
complete.
which is the push-up. Are you guys ready to do some push-up? Are you ready? Yeah. You can always do this.
Prepare and
basic push-up, and the advance. Come on, keep going as long as you can. Whoa, 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 whoa. Keep it up, keep going, guys. You're all doing good. Challenge yourself. That's the spirit. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
2,
And relax
1.
it.
Rest.
Take it easy.
Cycle 6 complete.
And cool down.
Big up,
Yeah.
Big up, Interesting. So, let's see. My pen and my
marker.
So we're able to go through. We had 6 programs today.
6 cycles.
Warm
Yes.
up first. We had the skater. Okay, the warm up was out.
Yeah.
So it's as cool that we are.
Yeah.
So what were we able to achieve with all of
By the
this?
time you are able to do these 4 reps, you achieve your total body workout.
Okay. Total body workout. How do you guys feel? How do you guys feel? Wow. Okay, thank you very much. So we're done with today. Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel good. I just wanted to clean this. Just feels good. All right, let's head over to the kitchen. Chef Tina is on standby, and Mary, of course, they promised us something quite interesting this morning. I'm looking forward to what it is. All right, let us know.
You know, I'm super interested in what's written on that board, and I think I'm going to have to go see the aerobics guy right after. Top of the morning, Nigeria. Chef Tina is back.
Good morning.
And she's with me this morning to make some of her magic. But right this moment, she'll be telling us what shape and form that magic will be taking.
Good morning. Today we are having baked plantain.
Baked plantain.
Yeah. Suya and hot sauce.
Baked, is that boli?
Yes, body.
Boli, suya, and hot. Okay. Baked plantain,
Baked plantain,
suya, and what?
hot sauce.
Okay, let's go over the ingredients.
Okay. For the plantain, we already have the plantain here.
Okay.
And if you want to do this baked plantain, don't make it too ripe.
Okay.
Just in between ripe and unripe.
So it's best that way.
It's best that way.
Okay.
Then I have my pepper blended.
Okay.
Just pepper blended. Oh, it's cold in here, so I
It's
think
enough to heat us up.
It's enough to heat us
What's
up.
in here?
There's nothing here.
But
We have
Oil.
oil.
Okay.
Then I have my onion chopped into shapes.
okay.
I'll make use of them. Then this is the spring onions.
What's the difference between this? What are you using this for? What are you using that
I'm going
for?
to use this to garnish later.
Okay,
this
but
one
this is for the suya.
For the
the sauce?
For the sauce, yes. Then I have my seasoning cube, my curry, salt. Then the tomato also to garnish it later.
And the beef?
The beef, yes. Then I have my suya spice. Yeah.
How do you make the suya spice?
Mary, I've come again.
Yes, now, you know, some of us want to make it.
Okay. Pepper, that's the dry
Wait,
pepper.
just a moment. Check it out on your screen right now. Baked plantain, suya, and hot sauce. And the ingredients are on your screen right now, so you can quickly scribble them. I'm sure so many people will be interested in the suya parts. Everybody wants to know how to make suya.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the first thing we're doing?
I already have my beef.
Okay.
You know, there's a way you have to just trim it and make it very, very slim. So when you're...
You did this yourself?
Yes, I did it myself.
Okay.
Did it myself. You know, you just open it. So maybe when you're using, if it's your barbecues set or whatever, it can actually, your spice can go in.
Okay.
Then I have in here, I'll just add little, just make your salt very little as possible.
Okay.
Little, don't
Overdo it.
don't overdo it.
I've eaten salty suya, so I know.
And I don't even like it. Then the next thing you do, just little oil in it, little of it.
This
Yeah.
little is frightening me because I know when I see the suya man, but let me use this plantain as demonstration.
No.
You just...
You know what? When you do it like this, you know, we're going to use oven, so we don't have it as in the
Okay, that's strong
heat
heat.
in. Then I have my suya sauce.
Okay.
Spice, sorry. Suya spice in it. I'm adding little. There's a whole lot in here. We have a ginger, dry ginger, ginger powder, garlic powder, seasoning cubes, salt. I have my pepper,
Okay.
you know, in it, and I just put them up with a secret in there.
All these secrets.
You know, everyone have
I'll
their
come
own.
and pick in your diary one day. Don't worry.
You know, this is just.
So it's ready to go into the oven like
it's
that?
ready to go.
So
ready to
homemade suya.
Yes,
and it will
you
have
don't-
the same taste?
Yes.
But I noticed there's fat on it. You know, we usually have fat on the regular suya as well. Does the fat contribute oil to it?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
It does.
Okay.
So when you're doing it, you just add just little, like I rightly said, little oil. I don't want much of it. If you're doing barbecue and you had more oil in it, and what you have is, you get that smoke coming up, because oil and fire, you know how it is. So you do it just little. That's why when you go to the suya joint, most times you can't even stand the smoke.
Yes, now that's part of their stocking trade. They'll make you feel like that.
You know,
like,
or you
yes,
can
I
actually, if you're at home and maybe you have a child, you know, that react to such thing, what will you do? You just have to find a
So
way.
you just make sure you keep adding oil little by little till it's ready.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to be doing today.
Yes. This
We'll be
one
adding
is-
oil every time.
This one is done.
That's not my chore now, is it? I know I'm your sous chef, but you know. So what are we
Then-
doing in there?
We're actually doing the sauce. I think I would hold on a little bit while I show you guys on how to do your baked plantain.
Okay.
You know, you just this off. There's a part I love most.
Tell
you
me
know,
about
that
it.
a lot of people don't do. You know, you just put your plantain, the next thing just straight on the heat.
It's boiling now. I mean, baked plantain. Okay.
You know, you just take this part off. We can do it at home. When you feel like, you know that part when you use G-nuts, granite, you know, with it. I love boli, so I always make, you know, you just have to go so the heat can go in very well.
You are actually... Are you
This
going
is
to
what
put
you do.
anything inside it, like spices or something?
No.
So it can cook
It can
inside?
cook inside. You know, you just have to do that. So it can really go in it.
In fact,
Yes.
as I say every time, you learn new things right here in the kitchen every day. I've learned something new. You have to even cut plantain. Like, you just wait for everything to cook. Well, it's time for a break. We'll be back shortly with a live painting from Olatoye. It's Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us.
And this is
I looked to you as it fell, and now you're in my way. I trained myself for
Prepare and work.
for a kiss. I wasn't looking.
All right, it's Wake Up Nigeria still, and on Thursdays we get into arts and crafts. Now we're especially focusing on art this morning, and David Olatoye came all the way from Ibadan to come and show us what he can do. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Good morning.
So I know that you're an artist, and there's so much online, all your work, I've been seeing it online, but I want to know what you're doing for us this morning.
This morning I would like to paint one of my hero.
Okay.
Yeah, his name is Wole Soyinka.
Okay. All right. So what medium are you going to use to do
actually, based on my medium, I use just pen.
Pen?
So yes, just
okay.
pen. So pen includes pencil as well. So it's P-E-N.
Okay.
So this morning I would like to use pencil, which is charcoal pencil.
Okay, I was going to ask you a special type of pencil.
Yes.
All right then. So I really want to see how you're going to put this together. But I noted that you have something else here. You have another one here.
Yeah,
which one is this?
It's a painting of William Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare.
The poet.
Okay.
And these are the materials I used.
It's colored pens.
Yes, colored pen.
All right. So I'm going to let you get to it. You have loads of time, and I'll be coming to check on you in a bit.
Thank you.
All right, David.
We say the fish for the side, no be tightest. Charlie, look, not the job boss. Got some growth for the slum and we jump us. If I come to your hood, they jump us. We go reciprocate, we go campus. Chris day like a job boys. With the guy should have finished.
Exclusive from mp3bullets.com.
And then no bad guy, they disturb boss. Oh yeah, for go package. Over come loco, she bandage. But no cause go damage. With the one leg, my baby can manage.
Them a go know. Superstar from outer Zongo. If I'm big and me loving tough, so me keep them all alone. I am the Django. What they do, yeah. They got them go make them waste, yeah. They go they dance and we go they high our king and that till we get.
You see?
I'm sicker. And even other girls they tell me I'm sicker. And I don't need no liquor. I got the energy to light up the world. My love far away me up. 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 Rashid, well, como para de. Rashid, you really wear my heart away. Well, como para de. Are you begging? Are you begging to dance? Are you willing? Are you willing to lose? Are you begging? Are you begging to dance? Are you ready to learn? I'm sicker. And even other girls they tell me I'm sicker. And I don't need no liquor. I got the energy to light up the world. My love far away me up. My love far away me up. My love far away me up.
Alright. You know, say money no be problem. Honest on the block. Alright, I'm back again. You know what time it is. Straight up. Alright, what's up? Listen. About him and that came and Missy Ma, Michelle, she been on the fro, so winking up. But come off and not to chill in the yam nimbuna. And with Simba reason, I the real day, you ma.
Exclusive from mp3bullets.com.
Chibunemetema, Nema Mepa, dear, Nepa Pasukapoma. And yes, I make your home before Biasoma. I shall win up about the young conqueror, just some pipe, perfume wise, one genoa. But Temabuano, mini bintima, one on the Jamabakari, eh, Billy Patakwa. As I see that they be when I'm over near my papa, we are most young to Fiaka. As long to be a man, Sakana, the Yamia, but the whole Pakima. 5 with Bianca. Get up. Get up. Get up. Champagne. I am still up on the thing. I bet you to skin big.
style. 20 bottles of star. See me come the fun superstar. I remember I check you when you been there telling me no. Say now because I know get the money, you don't get it though. Nowadays when you see me, girl, hello. Want to say you the see the kind of people I they road. The way she get up, yeah, she's a dancer. The way she move it, left hand side when I'm ready dancer.
Oh wow. So far so good. David Olatoye is right here and he's doing his thing. Please don't stop because of me. We still have loads of time for him to get this masterpiece. I know it's going to be amazing. Get it done. So he's using charcoal pencil and of course colored pens to put together a painting or a picture of Wole Soyinka, his hero. And we'll be coming back later on the show to see from his finished product. I'm just so amazed watching this come out before my eyes. But we have to go over to the kitchen and Mary is right there standing by.
So I'm thinking of taking, no, don't take this. I want to draw. You don't know me so I can create things. I hope I don't cut myself. You're welcome back to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. There's nothing I appreciate better than art. Really fantastic stuff. I can't wait to see the end result. Chef Tina is still in the building and she's making suya. She calls it baked plantain. I call it baked plantain, suya.
And hot sauce.
And hot sauce.
Yes.
Start eating hot suya already. The ingredients are on your screen right now, so you can scribble down whatever you may have missed earlier. Baked plantain, suya, and hot sauce. So what's the next thing we're doing?
Well, the suya himself is in the oven and the plantain already in the oven. So I want to make the hot sauce.
Okay.
And I have my chopped onions.
You have oil in there?
Yes, oil,
okay.
Yeah. I like onions in cubic shape. For those that don't like onions, before you finish cooking, everything might have just gone in it. Then I have my pepper.
Fresh pepper.
Fresh pepper, the red or pepper already blended, not so smooth, just like Ofada style then.
No, this looks more blended than Ofada though.
I said just like.
Just like. Doesn't mean it has to be exactly like that. Okay.
So I have my pepper in it.
I know some people that can't stand that word, Ofada. So if you tell them it's Ofada sauce, that's the last time they are eating anything related to suya.
You know, I'm just going to leave this for about 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yes.
So that will cook for 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Can we check out the progress of our suya? Oh. Even saying the word, I'm just swallowing anyhow. Anytime you hear suya, especially as a Nigerian, of course, you just think to yourself, suya.
Okay.
Yeah, I love food. So, let's see what it looks like. This is really nice. This is really nice. The
baked plantain. It's in the process also.
Coming up nicely.
Coming up nicely, yeah.
And that's the suya on the side.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Awesome. So when the pepper is boiled for the 10 minutes you mentioned, what's the next thing we're doing?
I'll add my seasoning cube.
Seasoning cubes. Okay.
Salt.
Okay.
Then just little of my
suya spice.
Just little of the
tomatoes.
Curry. Mary.
You are the one waiting for me to preempt you now. So I'm just guessing at it because I'm still wondering why the suya spice is here.
Okay, we're still going to make use of the suya spice.
For serving?
Not serving alone. Little while, I'll add more of the spice on it.
Okay, so you keep...
I keep doing it. You know, when you see it, it's kind of reddish. You know, so it's more of this. Then when I'm done, I still need to add before I serve it.
Okay.
So I have this tomato here. I was expecting you to ask.
Is that not what I was saying? That is it tomatoes?
It's tomatoes.
As in, what are you going to use it for?
To garnish my finished product.
Now, I noticed you didn't cut this up the same way you cut this. Is there a reason for that?
No, I will still cut it up.
Yeah,
you know,
but
the reason why I didn't do it, you know, when you want to use your tomato, most especially to garnish something, whatever you want to garnish with. What you do is just do it later on. Don't do it because you know it has juice in it. You know it will mess the place up. So as you
the last thing you do.
The last thing you do.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we wait for the sauce to boil.
Well, still in the process.
Okay.
It's coming out nicely.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you know, some people say they're on diets and all. If I don't want to make use of, you know, things like oil, is it possible to use palm oil?
See, Mary, they are healthy oil. Really, they are a healthy oil. You have your coconut oil. It's palm oil. It's okay. You have your almond oil. You have lots and lots of oil that you can use.
Okay.
For me, really, I like using healthy oil because I know that the world we are in today, when we eat healthy, you know, we don't fall ill less often because most times when we want to do something, you just go, you consume that oil that you don't know how it is, you know. I noticed something when I fry plantain with the palm oil, you see it's dry. It's not that oily. Maybe when you're done frying something and you just put it maybe in the plate and you see it's, you know, it's already soaking, you know. So I think I really make use of their oil. Okay. So, and when I see it here, I'm always very happy, like, yee.
Yeah, it makes your cooking easier.
Easier,
fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. I have so many things I want to ask you, but that will be off since we have to head straight for a commercial break.
Okay.
So we will be right back after this commercial break with some vocal lessons from Gbenga Gbile. Stay with us. Wake Up Nigeria. Of course, it's still Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for something fantastic which we began recently. Teaching you how to sing. Everybody can sing. That's what you said, Gbenga Gbile.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got Gbenga Gbile here. He's a vocalist and a voice trainer. And he said, if you can talk, you can sing. So you have to catch up. It's time for you to show us what you have for us today.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, like I just say that training or excellence is an art won by training. As this morning, I'm going to expose to you some of the secrets of top singers as they increase their pitch in singing. But before then, let's go straight away to the warm-up exercises. Don't forget that before you start your singing, you need to warm up voices. So let's try the humming exercise. Let's try it. Okay, the next one is the VO exercise. This helps your pitch area. Let's go. Yeah. The next one is the I exercise. Go. Okay, now I'm going to teach us another exercise that how to store air into your lungs. Great singers knows how to store air, and they can utilize that when singing. So let's try the exercise now. Lay down on the ground exercise. You lay down on the ground. Okay. So let's see how it's going to breathe in. Stomach comes up, in, out. With this sound. So let's go now. It's going to sustain for 7 counts. In. Let's hold it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now breathe out with sound. You can go 7, 10, 20, or 60 counts for a day. So let's try the next one. 10 counts. Let's go. Sustain. Breathe in. So stomach comes out. Sustain it for 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now breathe out with the sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's see the application is singing. Oftentimes great singers can sustain so long notes
and it's going to help them project well, and that air can sustain them for so long. So let's write the song Whitney Houston. Okay, Vicky, can you try that? That's for us. 3, 7, 4.
And if I find a special thing that you've been dreaming of, leads you to a lonely place, find your strength in
Wow, can you hear the notes? So that exercise can help you project so long and sustain your notes so long. And that can help you, go further as a singer. So right now, I'm going to do some exercises and they will do some singing for us. Let's see the application of their voice exercises. Don't forget now that you start your day with vocal warm-up. Like I already say, SLS is an art won by training. So you need to focus more on your exercises that as it helps you to project very well in singing. So let's hear Samson as he sings for us, and later on Vicky will go.
First to me like not to never see, cause I wanna blow. I don't dare pray, Baba, please lift me higher, Lord. When will I be known? Oh, you give me one each song, Lord. Let me blow like Frank Edwards. Give me one each song, Lord. Let me blow like Leonie. Lord, I wanna blow like Obams, the gifted man with magical hands. Give me one each song, Lord. All my friends where they envy me right now for a missionary. Oh God, please show your face. All my people there, they call on me. Can't believe in Do-Re-Mi. Oh God, please show your face. I don't dare pray, Baba, please lift me higher, Lord. Hey,
Okay, let's let Vicky, she sings Listen by Beyonce. Let's continue. Please.
Listen to the voice from deep within. It's only beginning to find release. Oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed outside or turned into your own. Oh, 'cause you won't listen. Listen, I am alone at the crossroad. I'm not at home in my own home. And I'm trying to say what's on my mind, yeah. You should have known, oh yeah. Now I'm tired believing you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more than what you made of me. I've heard the voice you think you gave to me. But now I've got to find my own. You should have listened. There is someone here inside, someone that had died, so long ago. So I'm spread out, 'cause my dreams will be heard. They will not be pushed outside or turned into your own. Oh, 'cause you won't listen. Listen, I am alone at the crossroad. I'm not at home in my own home. Said I've tried and tried to say what's on my mind. You should have known. Oh, yeah. Now I'm tired believing you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more than what you made of me. I followed the voice you gave to me. So now I've got to find my own. I don't know where I belong, but I'll be moving on if you don't, if you won't. Ooh, to the song here in my heart, melody that I found, but I will complete. Oh, now I'm done believing you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more than what you made of me. I followed the voice you think you gave to me. And now I've got to find my own, my own.
Thanks so much. It takes a lot of strength and sustaining notes for her to achieve such. Like how do you say that? I mean, excellence is an art won by training. The more you train yourself, the better you become. Oh, wow. Thanks so much for...
Oh my gosh, that was fantastic.
Thanks so
that was
much.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites, so it made me feel really good to hear you sing it. But gosh, you've got vocal power, girl. Well done.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to, you had the voice trainer, yeah? Train us on something now.
Okay.
You've trained them before, yeah?
You know,
give us one line.
Okay, let me try with exercises. We have to start with the training first before applications. You know, oftentimes most singers want to sing without training. So I need to train you first before you can apply stuff.
Oh, you want to train me?
Yeah.
I've been learning. I've been
Okay.
learning. I've been paying attention, learning.
Okay.
Okay, so what song do you want to give me?
Which one do you, which one do you like?
Do you have an Alicia Keys? That's
which
my
of,
girl.
Yeah, okay, you want to try it?
And which of the Alicia Keys do you have?
Okay, well, with the karaoke, depends on the karaoke.
Do you have If I Ain't Got You? That's my favorite.
Okay, you want to try it now?
Yeah.
You can sing it without the keyboard. Let's hear you.
Okay.
Some people live for the fortune.
Wow.
Some people live just for the fame.
But don't worry, she can do all the singing.
Great job.
Oh,
Wow.
fantastic. I
Thanks
Yeah.
so
wait for
much.
you to come back next week to learn something new.
Yeah,
This is really interesting.
Okay.
I like how we started last week. Now we're
Okay.
continuing.
Yeah.
There's always something new to learn on Wake Up Nigeria. That's
Thanks
why you
so
watch, don't you? Well, thank you so much,
It's a
Benga
pleasure.
Bile.
Yeah, thanks.
A wonderful vocalist and voice trainer. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us.
Thanks.
Hello and good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Second leg of this marathon, you know, Wake Up Nigeria. Yeah, second leg. Isn't that what they say in what relay races? Like you hand over? I don't know.
It was the second leg. But,
Yeah.
well,
Wake Up
I
Nigeria,
don't know about the marathon, but
Yeah.
I do know that on Wake Up Nigeria, we try to keep it moving.
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of things happening on the show. We have a book review coming up later.
Of course.
And we're moving to lots of other things that are going to be happening.
But remember, we're streaming live on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. Look us up right now at TVC Connect. For comments, make sure you use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria. Just in case you were wondering, my name is Titilayo Oyinson.
I'm not sure they're wondering.
They're wondering. They want to know me. They want to know me. I don't know about you. I want to know my name.
Owope, and Mike is going to be dishing out the scoop from the world of entertainment. Something about the Kardashians or something like that.
Yeah. They're always in the news, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then we have a live painting, or should I say drawing, going on with Olatoye David. He's in the garden. Came all the way from Ibadan.
Whoa. And finally, the book chat we've been talking about, Ifeoma Ndiolo and Naholo, will be the focus of a book called You Too Can Overcome Life's Challenges.
You too can.
You can.
You can too. You too can.
Yes, we can.
Titi, I thought you were mean to have said that thing about the Kardashians. That's
What?
not fair now.
What mean what?
They're always in the news, yes. But do you know why they're in the news?
They're always in the news.
But that's not mean. I like.
No, this particular one is mean.
I've seen movie mean to the Kardashians. This is like.
We're being very subtle. We're being very nice.
No, they're always like being in the news.
That's why they're making all their money.
Yes, but the reason they're in the news right now.
Most talked about family, except for the royal family.
Not
No,
even
the
the royal
family doesn't
Not
even get
even the royal
talked about
family.
as
No, the royal family gets talked about.
No, thank you. I disagree with that.
No. So see, America is different from Europe.
No, okay, but you say something about the Kardashians. Their power moves into Asia, Africa.
Yeah.
Do you know what it means? People are beginning to understand the power of Africa, especially in entertainment. Now, this is what happened. You know what Black Panther did to the world?
Yeah, of course.
It gleaned enough of that African mileage. And look at what it did now. Now, The Rock released a new movie, Rampage. You know what happens? His name in the movie is Okoye.
Really?
In the movie, he is of African descent. He was adopted by a Nigerian, which he says. Now, there's a Nigerian Okoye who is a player in the NFL there, and he says, you know, he's called a Nigerian nightmare.
Wow.
Now, these guys are understanding that to move forward, we have to channel Africa.
Of course.
And that's what's happening. We are about, if we know what we have, we're about the new superpower there. So it's happening in entertainment. So that's what's happening now, becoming superpower. So if we're talking about it here, then so somehow Nigeria, and then also on Wikipedia, you notice that they're taking box office figures from Nigeria. You see Nigeria there, okay, we got figures from Nigeria, so we are becoming powerful.
Yes, we've been spending our money too.
I mean, think about it. As a continent, we're almost 1 billion people, about 950 million as at last count. Nigeria alone is almost 200 million. That's like...
It's a big market.
So it's something to pay attention to, especially as incomes rise in the Africa region and things get better, development comes. You know, this
a lot
is
more
huge
millionaires
market.
in Africa than they used to
massive
be.
market for
you know what I'm thinking of right now? Opportunities for our local actors, and I hope they take advantage of it.
You know, that's a talk for another day. If I want to tackle Nollywood for me...
The truth is, when it comes to Nollywood, the training and the film schools need to step up their game.
I agree.
Really, because in the end, it is when Nigerians are put in situations or environments where they can thrive that you begin to see them internationally. But they need, you know, those additional skills. A lot of our actors here are great, but they could be a little bit better.
And some of them have been doing great stuff as well. See the Afolayan's, for example. See the Kelanis of Nigeria and all that.
All right.
To me and Titi, of course, okay, they are here. They didn't run away. And they're unlike those ones that they are always here at their duty post.
All right, so we are a little short on time. Let's start with, I think we should start with the Tribune. It says here, gunmen trained by Gaddafi behind herdsmen farmers clashes, according to Buhari. 15 killed in Benue, Nasarawa. On the AAU, it says students hurl stones at government security officials in Akure. It also says illegal brewery discovered in Ikorodu, 5 arrested. Danish husband remanded in prison over death of wife and daughter. Police give details of how murder was carried out. And then it also says here, my wife slept with 2 members of my church, pastor tells court. It is not true. My husband is dating wife of a deacon, it says here. Page 33 has more on that story. And finally, Labour demands 66,500 naira as minimum wage. That's what we have on the cover of the Tribune.
The Nation leads with the headline, Buhari links Gaddafi's hitmen with killer herdsmen. Why are declared by President. 13 killed in Benue, Nasarawa. Don't set government against us, say Ibadan Mogajis. Labour pushes for 66,000 naira pay, panel to hold public hearings. Oil rises above $73 for the first time in a long time. World Cup Eagles will qualify. We are now 198 million, says the NPC. And finally, 257 die in military plane crash. That's in Algeria, all on the cover of The Nation.
On the cover of the Punch newspaper, it says, fresh killings in Benue as Buhari promises solutions. That's on the herdsmen attacks there. More on page 7. 257 die in Algerian military plane crash. More on page 11. INEC, others urge private sector to fund elections. Not sure about that myself. 5 police cooperative officers arrested for fraud. Marketers cheat using your name, DPR tells NMPC. And OAU queries professor over sex for marks scandal. Finally, court remands Danish spouse for allegedly killing wife and daughter. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
Well, that's it on the newspaper headlines for this morning.
The newspaper headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure.
We're going to go on a break now, and of course, when we return, we have entertainment news with Mike.
All right, welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. And for you quidnongs out there, this is the point where you're going to get really entertained, entertainment news. And I have a whole lot in store for you. First up, the first family of entertainment, the Kardashians, are in the news. Now, this is quite, divided opinions as Khloe Kardashian is distraught and in complete disbelief by reports that her boyfriend, Tristan Thompson, allegedly cheated on her. Now, on Tuesday, multiple reports came out that claimed the Cleveland Cavaliers player had kissed and otherwise intimately engaged with other women, reportedly as recently as last weekend. Now, these particular reports include photos and videos. Now, both of them have not commented. That's talking about Tristan and Khloe. Now, a source spoke to an international agency and said she's distraught. And, of course, she is due to give birth any moment to her baby girl, which is her first child. And her entire world has been turned upside down. It is also said that she cried hysterically all night. Now, something quite interesting. Khloe and Tristan began dating around the fall of 2016, while his ex, Jordan Craig, was pregnant with his first child. Yeah, you heard that right. Now, Jordan Craig gave birth to a baby boy that December, just a month after Tristan had left her. Now, it's really sad, but nobody is surprised because they know who he is. Now, that's a report that came to the Kardashian family. Now, what do you think about this story? I mean, now, Tristan left his ex while she was 8 months pregnant to hook up with Khloe. And then hooking up with Khloe while she's just, in fact, the first report came out while she was about 3 months pregnant. That was the first time when he allegedly cheated on her. And then after that, up to when she's just about 3 days, when she's going to give birth, and then these stories come out. Well, let's hope for the best. Khloe is my favorite Kardashian. That's just me. She's my favorite Kardashian. And I actually do like her. But then, this is quite sad. Maybe what goes around really does come around. Some people are talking about karma. What do you think? You can let us know on social media. And now moving on from that, Wizkid is in the news, and this time he's been quite modest. It's not every time Wizkid is modest. And he has once again shut down comparisons between himself and Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Now, the singer, who has experienced tremendous success in his career, thinks that putting his name in the same sentence as the Afrobeat legend is disrespectful to the legend. Now, he said this during an interview where he described Fela as his idol, and as such, he thinks that he should not be compared to him. Now, yeah, a number of people have had different things to say. People are talking about how Wizkid has moved on so well and can be spoken of in the same breath as Fela. I don't think so. But then we know that Wizkid channels Fela in his dressing, some of his videos and all of that, and he's doing quite well. So maybe someday he might just be able to get to a point whereby they are compared. Well, I don't know. It just might happen. Okay, moving on from that, the drama queen is in the news, Tonto DK, and this is quite interesting as she has given out an iPhone 6 to a lucky follower to mark, yeah, wait for it, her 3rd year of being born again. Now, the actress took to Instagram on Monday, the 9th of April, where she posted a photo of the phone she was giving out and captioned it with this quote. Quote begins, "Feeling extra generous. As my spirit leads, I will choose a very loyal fan to win this new iPhone 6. I beg, we can now manage the economy, they shake. Now write an essay about me using a beautiful picture of me, post it and tag me using the hashtag King Tonto, Mama King, and Radical for Jesus. May the best win it. Now, end of quote. Now, of course, it didn't take too long before a winner emerged, and she actually announced and put up a photo of the phone, and the winner also retweeted, so we know that it's quite true. So kudos, great one, Tonto. She's in the news for something nice, not just all drama that she's been known for. I kind of admire it when our celebrities are in the news for stuff like that. And then moving on, now this one is quite contentious, as Tubaba has indicated his interest to contest for a political position. Now, he has finally admitted to having indefinite plans to run for a political office. The legend said this, of course, on Tuesday, the 10th of April, while speaking with journalists in Lagos. Now, he said he's keen on having a positive impact on the lives around him and would soon run for a political position. Now, it's about a. Now, we know a number of entertainers have run and they say they want to go for presidency, but then he's starting somewhere, he might start somewhere closer. Now, he said he's interested in a he has not yet stated which political party he wants to go, but then he made this quote and said, politics affects everything I do, so I am definitely going to be interested in politics. I will soon participate as a contestant and speak the truth at all times. Now, he goes on to say, I hope and pray that good men will rise up and make a difference in this country because we need more patriotic people in all aspects of life. End quote. Now, you might recall that January last year, Tubaba announced a nationwide protest against the policies of the federal government. But then, according to him, the Nigerian government had failed its people, leading the country into an economic downturn. However, now this is quite the interesting part. After coming under intense pressure, he had to drop that particular demonstration and announce the cancellation. Now, this was quite a big issue as a number of people came up against him and said, look, Tubaba, you don't have the will, you don't have the guts, you don't have what it takes to run for political position in Nigeria. But then, hey, come on, everybody deserves a second chance. And I think that if he wants to run, if he thinks he can make the difference, well, by all means, he should do it. So kudos, congrats to Tubaba for coming out plain to declare that he will run for position. And let's hope that when we go out there to vote, we vote those who will give us what we need. All right, that's all I can take on entertainment news this morning. Quite an interesting lot we have there. But then we'll head over to the garden. Titi is there on standby with Olatoye to see how far he has gone with the live painting.
All right, so we're back in the garden. It's still Wake Up Nigeria, and we have David almost done with his artwork of Wole Soyinka. So I'm really impressed. A round of applause for you from me.
Thank you.
So I'm wondering, how long have you been doing this, David?
I've been into this since 2011.
Okay, 2011?
Yes, 2011.
All right. How did it start? Who inspired you?
No, nobody actually inspired me. I just took it up as my call. I took it up as my call and I started doing it.
Okay, let's turn the photo this way and see what we have here. Let me ask you about your technique. What's the name of this technique you've used?
This is just cross edge.
Cross edge?
Yeah.
And that involves what now?
Just involve the movement of your hand and the lines.
Okay.
Yes. So that's just cross edge.
How did you learn how to do this technique?
Actually, where I learned to work, that was in 2011 when I was through my secondary school. They don't really do something like this, but I keep on doing it.
Okay.
So I trained myself and I came up with something like this.
So how many years ago did you start?
2011.
2011, so that's about 7 years now?
Now, yes.
And in 7 years you were able to get this good?
Yes.
So are you teaching other people to draw now, or what are you doing?
Sure, I believe everybody can draw.
Okay.
Since so far we write every day.
Okay.
And the definition of drawing is actually the starting of a point.
Okay.
So if you want to write A, you start with a point, you draw your A, you write it. So you're actually drawing every day.
Okay.
So until you now put it as you now put it in mind that okay, this is what I want to do, then you can create more time for it.
All right. So where do you want this artwork to take you? Because I feel like you have a vision of where you want to be, let's say in the next 5 years.
Yeah, sure. Actually, my most of my artworks speak on things in society.
Okay.
I try to correct some things in society and look into things. So that's why I don't just draw. Yeah, I get this my inspiration from beauty.
Okay.
I get my inspiration from the things happening in the society, just like the artwork behind us.
Yes,
yeah,
of
I
course.
tried to this the resolution with the scarlet.
Okay.
So here now I'm just trying to twist some things that is happening in society, whereby this young lady was asked to go into marriage,
Okay.
where she's not even given the equipment of being a woman already, but she's just like, okay, go into marriage.
Okay.
And she's just thinking to herself, why would I go into marriage of this age? No, it's not just too right. And she want education, she want other things like that. But the society here is doesn't want her to do those things. They just want her to go into marriage, early marriage, and we see these things rampant in society.
Okay.
So I'm just using this my art piece to correct things in society.
All right, so I know that putting together pieces of art can be quite expensive,
Yes.
right? So have you maybe sought out sponsorship for some of your work? How have you been able to sustain this skill?
Not really, actually. I just find art as my passion, even if nobody is buying.
Okay.
Yeah, some of my works actually are kept.
Okay.
And where I'm actually going to in art, I don't look at the money part. Though money is one of my strengths, but I don't really look at the money part. I just see this thing as my I just have enthusiasm onto this my artwork, and not Instagram has only been my selling point.
Okay.
And the people saying hi, saying hello,
Yes.
Instagram has given me a lot of family through art.
Okay.
So that's only my selling point for now.
All right, fantastic. I'm hoping that people who are art enthusiasts are watching right now and they're going to be looking out for you on social media. What's your social media handle?
Olatoye David.
Olatoye David. All right, at Olatoye David on Instagram. I particularly like this one of William Shakespeare here. It's a complete likeness of him from what we've seen, in books, in literature, because I studied English. So as soon as I saw him, I knew exactly who he was. But I really feel your enthusiasm, and I could see how you were dedicated to making sure this happened. Thank you so much for coming to showcase for us today.
Thank you so much.
Once again, he's at Olatoye David on Instagram. Go and see some of the amazing pieces he has put on display online. It's still Wake Up Nigeria, and we're heading back into the studio.
All right, You Too Can. This book is a motivational and inspirational book by Ifeoma Ndiolo and Naholo. It is targeted at anyone facing any challenges in their lives and encourages them to be different and to walk with God. Ifeoma is a writer, poet, movie producer, and a motivational speaker. And she's also an administrator joining us this morning to talk about this book for a few minutes. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
So I like this book for many reasons. Talking about you two can overcome life's challenges, the different things, various things that happen, over life's journey. And a lot of the things that you captured in this book were very personal, and you wanted, to communicate some of these things to anyone who's reading the book. But why did you go so personal with this book?
Yeah, the best way to actually, if you want to write about something and you write for it to be actual, you talk about your personal experience. Now, I know that a whole lot of people have gone through the kind of personal experiences I have gone through. And now, in order to let people understand what it takes to overcome them, and for them to know that it's actually possible to walk through those problems, and that no matter what problem you are going through in life, it is possible to overcome it. I had to use some of my experiences, some of other people's experiences, majorly mine, to let people know that it is possible, because I did go through them and I was able to overcome them, and I'm still standing here today.
Wow. The first chapter, it says be happy. And then when you go to chapter 4, you also see you're talking about having a positive mindset and positive thinking and some of those thoughts and all that. So you try to create that connection between just generally being more open and with the world. But one of the things that you said in that first chapter was that you weren't always happy. You were more serious. You used to frown a lot. So tell us about that story specifically.
Yeah, it was actually, I realized that being when I was young, being a very pretty young lady, there was a lot of attraction. You know, guys were always attracted, and a lot of them approaching you for this, that, and the other, trying to make friends with you. So I realized that for me to be able to be serious enough and focused enough to achieve what I went to achieve, especially when I went into school, into the university, I had to devise a means to stop unserious people from coming near to me. So I began to frown. It was deliberate, you know, but people were like, it made some people think before you come, so the number of people coming close to me actually reduced. And then before you come to me, you have enough courage to be able to say, let me go and talk to her. Because a lot of people saw me as a snob. And then when you can even say hello, I'll just look at you, I'm like, I don't want to talk, and I pass. And they think, oh, does she talk? Then when they see me with my friends, they go, oh, she actually talks. But I thought she didn't want to talk to somebody or something.
So it was like a deliberate,
It was deliberate. So that way, I reduced the number of people that were able to talk to me and approach me, because it's a distraction. For young ladies, there's a whole lot of distraction.
So, but it affected you being happy because it was then your lifestyle.
In terms of making friends, in terms of having a lot of people around me to talk to. Not that I minded so much, because even back then, I had started writing. And I needed that time away from people to be able to focus and do the things I needed to do. You know, because, in fact, I spoke to a young lady going back to school recently, and I said to her, this was something I did, because she is a very pretty young lady. And I said, let me give you my secret. I did this. You may have to come up with your own way to reduce the number of people you talk to, because the chit-chat time that you spend talking with your friends, talking with guys, some of them with very insincere intentions coming to distract you, is time wasted. And time wasted can never be recovered.
So let's talk about chapter 4, where you were talking about having a positive mindset. And one of the key things you said was that it's directly connected with success in life, having a positive mindset and not being negative. Can you tell us about that?
Success is a deliberate decision thing. If you don't yearn to be successful, you may never be successful. Within you, and you have to have the kind of right attitude. The rich man has his own, there's an attitude for the rich, there's an attitude for the poor. And you have to feel that you can achieve before you dare. You must dream of succeeding. Then you do the necessary things required. You take the steps to succeed. And then some of these things I aligned in the book. You have to be positive, you have to plan, you know, then you now do what you need to do to succeed. And then if you don't have that kind of mindset to start with, then you failed already. And if you failed, you can succeed. You know, so that's where the mindset thing. I believe in myself, I know I can do it, and I know that if I make the right steps, I will succeed. So before you approach somebody, you don't have that defeatist attitude and feel, oh, the person might not listen to me or might not listen to what I'm saying. You know, in marketing, it's always, if you don't believe in what you're selling, you cannot sell it. So if you believe in yourself, then you have that positive attitude that I can do it. Why not? A did it, B did it. Only one head. Why can't I? So that's what I'm talking about.
All right. So let's talk about being vigilant, because that's one of the key things that you talked about in the book, and not just about being vigilant. You looked at people and also nature, or people and the environment, which are two different things. But you wouldn't really connect that with either life's experiences if you were thinking about maybe being motivated and all of that. But there was a reason you talked about being vigilant. Can you tell us about it?
Well, let me surprise you by saying that there's a lot of motivation in nature. You see, I talked about people watch, which is one of the things I do, nature watch. And then when a lot of people are blind to the environment. Something happens here and somebody says, oh, I didn't notice that, I didn't notice that. wherever I am, whether I'm driving through traffic or walking, on a path, I notice practically everything written there. I read the signs, and then sometimes I'm sitting down and I read something. Somebody says, how did you see that? I say, I'm looking and I'm observing. You also listen. So you are alert at every point in time. It's also one of the key factors of succeeding. If you are not alert to what's happening around you, you'll be taken unawares. You won't even know when opportunities come. So I watch nature, I watch people. And then in watching people, you notice a lot of things. Even before somebody talks to you, you've already seen the person's countenance. Before the person opens his or her mouth, you already know whether the person is positive, what he's going to say is positive or negative. Because you're not just listening to what he's saying, you are looking at the person
and the body language,
and you're watching the body language. And you are now aware, totally aware of how the person feels. So that will also guide you in responding. That's likewise nature. When you watch, you look at, I admire nature a lot. And one of the ways I express my gratitude to God is by looking at what God has created. The sun setting, I mentioned that. Looking at the stars, admiring them. Plants, flowers. You're like, oh, if God could create all this, and then he feeds them. And then, wow, this is so beautiful. Like, we just got into spring, flowers are blooming, things are beginning to spring and come out after, and all that. And then you're like, God made all this. He is awesome. I saw recently, whether true or not, a flower that looks like a woman, on social media. And you're like, these are some of things like, wow, this is a bird, different kinds of bird, different kinds of that and all that. I was lucky, I was well tutored by my dad when we were growing up. We had a garden, so he used to take us around, show us all this, and I got to know the names of birds, flowers, and all that. Some children never get that opportunity. And then you begin to appreciate God from childhood, even before you start growing up. So when somebody tells you, oh, this is possible, God does this, you know within you that there is nothing that God cannot do, because nothing is beyond him. He can create this, he can create that. And there's one thing we used to do as children. Look at human beings, study them. You can actually relate someone that looks like a cat. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
This person looks like a dog. By just watching the person, the way the person talks, when you see the similarities with animals, it exists.
Amazing. Can you join us in the kitchen? Because, usually it's a breakfast show and we usually have breakfast. But while we're going there, just join us.
Okay, that's
While
fine.
we're going there, I want to ask about chapters 7 and 8, where you referred to a lot to God-related things, and you had a very, very traumatic experience at some point with the robbery in chapter 7.
Wow.
Which
I totally wasn't expecting this.
Oh, you weren't expecting breakfast? Well, it's happening.
When you said chapter 7, I was thinking verse 6. I was waiting for that, right?
Anyway, chapter 7 read like a novel. You guys need to read this book.
Yeah, we will.
It's amazing. So it's called You Too Can by Ifeoma Indiolo.
You're welcome. I was looking for you. Thank you very much. Nice. Thank you so much.
So of course you know TT. That's
I'm seeing some lovely things, and he's still talking about the book.
I'm more interested in literature. You guys.
Chef Tina Akpan of Tasty Treats Foods is here, and she made this. Tell us about this, Chef Tina.
Wow.
I baked the plantain.
Okay. The eyes eat first before the mouth tastes.
Spoken like a writer.
Yes. So looking at it, this is deliciously made.
Go ahead and taste it.
Oh my goodness.
And then of course that's suya, right?
Yes.
Suya,
baked plantain and hot sauce.
Please, so we made that suya here.
Yes.
Wonderful.
We did.
With my direction.
Amazing.
I hope no one gets jealous, because I'm really gonna enjoy it.
Everyone is envious of
Please go ahead. So that's all we have for you today on the show. Of course, we'll be back again for our Feel Good Friday tomorrow.
A big thank you to our friends at Homely NG for the kitchen accessories.
And of course, Fola at Fola's Place for styling our hair. Thank you.
All right. Thank you to all our guests for coming through to join us on this Thursday morning on the show. We'll be back again tomorrow.
Yes, indeed.
At 7 a.m. Friday.
You should check us out on YouTube. Some clips are right there waiting for you. And follow us, of course, at TVC Connect. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Have a lovely day.
Bye.
Bye.